You have reached the right place and the right channel, the Underdog Research Channel. And I am the principal researcher of all things technology, Underdog Researcher. And it is time for the Billionaire Blueprint. This is part 2 of the Billionaire Blueprint for SWFT Coin. I need you to understand that this was such a magnificent, extraordinary connection that was made, but I'm not done. If you are watching part 2 of the Billionaire Blueprint and you skip part 1, you're wrong. So make sure you're watching both of them, Billionaire Blueprint part 1 and Billionaire Blueprint part 2. It is so extraordinary, I had to break it up. I will release one that will be all of it together. But for now, I want you to see this in its sections so you can know exactly what you need to know. Now, SWFT Coin, we learned about this in the patent. Let me tell you another connection. Folks, during this, I found another connection. During my search for the patent, I need to bring to your attention Rambalan, the executive officer, the CEO, and Christina Chen, the chief marketing officer. Now, this was found also on GoCoin Incorporated, which I showed you there. I highlighted it, their email addresses and their names associated with GoCoin at the address I showed you at Melipatas in California. Now, this is what's important. Christina Chen, representing SWFT blockchain at the Expo blockchain in 2018. Now, folks, I told you, folks, there's some connections, but there are some connections are just unavoidable. Here's a direct connection. Now, I got to say here, before I go to this direct connection with Christina Chen, my good friend, Black Roo Investing. Let me tell you about him. Black Roo Investing tried to ruin my research. Yes, he did. And if he's watching this, Black Roo, you almost ruined my research. Black Roo Investing has been covering SWFT Coin as well. He's covered Draper Dragon. He's went deep. He talked about what's immutable with the name. Black Roo Investing has been covering a different aspect of SWFT Coin. But in his video, he did a 2-hour marathon about SWFT Coin. Let me show you what he released before I had an opportunity to release my video and how Black Roo was right on target with his research. Check out this information.
What if I told you, move over Michael Saylor, move over Andreessen Horowitz? What if I told you Tim Draper is absolutely, hands down, crypto's quiet king? And as a matter of fact, you could probably say move over Warren Buffett, move over, Kathy Wood. Tim Draper is probably the best investor in the last 40 years. Made me look into Draper University. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you so much. SWFT CMO Christina graduated from Draper University. There's a connection there to Draper University again. So you can see they're inter-employing here. You think maybe it's because he can afford to insulate himself, rich and powerful? That's what I think, man. Like, it seems like he can insulate himself, but clearly his portfolio is way bigger than Michael Saylor.
You need to check out Black Roo Investing's 2-hour, 42-minute marathon he did on SWFT, and specifically him talking about Draper Dragon, but he mentioned Christina Chen. Folks, let me tell you, Christina Chen, you need to say her name more often because she is super intelligent. Christina Chen is definitely making moves behind the scenes, but I'm not going to let her stay there too long, folks. We just got that from Black Roo, the Draper Dragon connection, how he may be insulating himself using Christina Chen. Well, let me prove it. Here we go. So, as Black Ruth said, who is this Christina Chen? Well, Christina Chen is the Vice President of Global Marketing and Business Development at SWFT Blockchain, the CMO. Now, here's an article that she wrote, and it called Funds Transfer, Rebuilding Trust Between Transactional Parties. Now, I highlighted at the bottom because this is talking about focusing on financial transactions implementation of SWFT blockchain. And at the bottom of this article, Christina Chen, who wrote this, stated, decentralized, distributed, and irreversible transactions bring a promising transparency. In addition, transaction time is intrinsically faster, if not immediate. Such evolution will make blockchain the technology of tomorrow. According to Ms. Chen, what's more, the technology rise will not happen, but will also be totally transparent for consumers, just like the current complex process happening behind a credit card processing transactions. Now, Christina Chen then was invited to speak at the IEEE Standards Association. Now, this was in Silicon Valley leadership community, and she also was talked about the Web3 support. And I took a look at this. And as you can see here, she was asked to speak on April 14th of 2023. And the topic was Metaverse Congress, Advancing Metaverse for Economic Growth and Sustainability. Folks, are you ready for the connection? I'm going to have to do it. I didn't want to do it, folks, but I'm going to have to take off my jacket because it's about to get heated up in here. Folks, let's talk about the connection that you never knew about. I promise you that. Christina Chen, this is what happened during this conference.
Christina Chen. Christina is a crypto veteran. So she has joined the game since 2014, and she's the CMO of SWFT Blockchain and MetaPath, which is a cross-chain trading and NFT marketplace aggregator.
So I'm Christina. I'm the CMO of SWFT Blockchain, which is a cross-blockchain trading platform I've been building for the past about 6 years. Basically, my Bitcoin journey started back in 2014 when I studied MBA in London, and I started working in Silicon Valley in the crypto space, building a SWFT blockchain. And since the metaverse came to play, we wanted to extend our years of cross-chain experience in the metaverse space. So I started a new project named MetaPath, which is all-in-one place for cross-chain trading and NFT marketplace, meaning you can use a BNB to buy a Bored Ape. Now, AI is something everybody's talking about. Everybody wants to adopt the new technology into the product, and we find a way to adapt into MetaPath that we are building a project that you can just hop to the platform and find the desired NFTs by the natural language conversation using the AI technology.
Where is it going, basically?
So it's all related to the whole Web3. What is Web3 about, and how NFT is related. So Web3 is underlying blockchain underlying technologies for users. Then users can participate and get reward and get profit by participating while having fun. And then NFT, in my understanding, the very basic components of the metaverse, of the Web3. When metaverse came out to play, mainly we were talking about those started from games, right? The most famous one, that Axie Infinity. So all the blockchain games, so metaverse, the basic component actually still NFTs and cryptocurrencies, which freedom. This is just starting from the NFT, and as you're gonna see so many companies, they want to build a game based on the blockchain using NFT as a basic component. Also belongings, like if you're part of an NFT community, there's always exclusive events you could go. And
I really like
right.
the way you help us try to see the NFT as a basic
Mhm.
component of metaverse,
Yeah.
and then as the identity access to the world. So there's a lot of interactions between what everyone is doing, which is
Right.
great. More on the investment side.
I'm a huge fan of NBA Top Shot. What amazed me about NBA Top Shot is that when you purchase a moment about a player like LeBron James or Kevin Durant, you almost become a shareholder of that player,
That's true.
right? You add value to their fan community, and it gives you privileges, right? For example, access to their sneakers or their games or meet and greet events. And like NBA Top Shot and Flow and Dapper Labs, they did a great job pushing that to the mainstream market.
Did you miss it? I know you missed it. So I'm going to play the very front, just the very front, and then I want you to listen to what she said. They asked her who she was, and she told them that she was the CMO for SWFT Coin and MetaPath. And MetaPath, this company that she started, it was started from SWFT Coin, folks. Did you hear it? Well, let's let you hear it, and then I'm going to tell you what else was said. This is what she said.
Christina is a crypto veteran, so she has joined the game since 2014, and she's the CMO of SWFT Blockchain and MetaPath, which is a cross-chain trading and NFT marketplace aggregator.
So I'm Christina. I'm the CMO of SWFT Blockchain, which is a cross-blockchain trading platform I've been building for the past about 6 years. And I started working in Silicon Valley in the crypto space, building a SWFT Blockchain. And since the metaverse came to play, we wanted to extend our years of cross-chain experience in the metaverse space. So I started a new project named MetaPath, which is all-in-one place for cross-chain trading and NFT marketplace.
We have liftoff, folks. SWFT Blockchain created another company, folks, right under your nose called MetaPath. But why did they do that? Because of a specific reason. Christina Chen, the CMO of both, stated that one of them is cryptocurrency trading. The other one is cross-border with NFTs and the metaverse. You see, there's an identity that we have with NFTs. There's the same issue with your NFT from this network can't be transferred to this wallet. So why not integrate the technology that SWFT Coin already has and expand into another company called MetaPath? That's exactly what's going on, folks. That is what you need to focus on for the remainder of this video. SWFT Coin and MetaPath are hand to hand, folks. The same CMO, the same company using the same technologies, and I'm going to prove it, but I don't need to. She's already said it. Why is this important? Well, let's see what else was said during that conversation.
Now, AI is something everybody's talking about. Everybody wants to adopt the new technology into the product, and we find a way to adapt into MetaPath that we are building a project that you can just talk to the platform and find the desired NFTs by the natural language conversation using the AI technology.
You heard it, those folks. Using natural language processing. It's called large language models, folks, LLMs. That is another way of saying AI chat GPT. That's what we recognize. And using these large language models, LLMs, as she referred to, you can get desired NFTs. So if you like the apes, or you like the bunnies, or you like the Shiba, whatever you like, imagine going on to MetaPath now that you know that they use the technology, speaking right into your phone or searching and saying, I want to have the NFTs that are the most popular at this price that look like a ape. And it filters through the thousands of them and find the most unique ones. Imagine it like the baseball cards of days of old, where instead of having paper and you going through the cards, finding the gum and picking out the baseball cards that are most valuable, that you use this as a filter to search for specific NFTs that fit you, music, industry, everything. This is what you need to keep in mind. Remember, for the rest of this video, MetaPath, Swift blockchain are one and the same, and the CMO is over both of them, and they use the technology. But let's show you more connections. Here we go. So the artificial intelligence piece that she just said, why is that important? She said it'll be used in MetaPath. And now we see that Swift Coin and MetaPath, Chen and Rambalan, Christina, have a partnership right here, right on your nose. Now, did you know, this is going to sound random, but Rambalan is also the North America Blockchain Association founder and chairman, Asia Pacific region. It was located in Beijing, China, and he brought it to the United States. And you know, he's the CEO of Swift Blockchain. Why is that important? Because I showed you this connection that Swift Coin, the CMO, and Rambalan, both on the trademark, are connected. And we talked about why they might need to rebrand in a previous video. I showed you during the patent and trademarks that Swift Coin, the one that's called SWFTCoin, was formed before the SWFT coin that we know, and that was done in 2013, preventing the Swift coin that we know in 2019 to be abandoned at this time and preventing them from being able to register the trademark. And we found this out through my research, folks, that no one else showed you, that both the Swift coin logos were dead. Now, we just found out this, that there was a roadmap, and I showed you this roadmap. In 2021, right when crypto crashed, Swift Blockchain told you about a roadmap. And this was the roadmap. Quarter one, they would integrate, and they would go from BSC and other assets. Quarter two, a Swift decentralized exchange. Quarter three, fiat on and off ramps. And that's where money would get on exchange and off exchange. And quarter four, Swift governance and additional utilities. Now, one thing I want you to pay attention to, they talked about chat functions and red packets and payments and be listed on top exchanges. Now, we found out about MetaPath. It headquarters in, guess where? Silicon Valley, just like Swift Coin. And it was founded when? 2021. Wait a minute, folks. 2021 Swift Coin roadmap comes to an end on this, and they said that they're going to list on top exchanges. In 2021, they formed MetaPath, which Christina Chen told you they formed right when crypto crashed. Now, we know that Swift Coin and MetaPath, with the CEO Rambalan and Christina Chen, are hand-to-hand and partners. But why is that important? And do you think it's time to rebrand? What is the strategic advantage? Well, one, we now know that you don't have to spend a lot of effortless money for a trademark that doesn't really help your project because it's too closely similar. But why do they rebrand? Is it time to rebrand?
Why do companies decide to rebrand? Refresh outdated designs, to be ready for international growth, or other? Let's dive into some of the main reasons why a brand would undergo rebranding. Company product and innovation. Improvements are essential to maintain a successful business, and sometimes this requires some sort of rebranding. Consumer evolution. When consumer behavior evolves, a company must stay relevant and adapt to change accordingly. Leadership changes or company mergers and acquisitions. Mergers and acquisitions are often the most effective ways to rapidly expand into new markets.
Did you hear that? Rebranding is a positive thing, and sometimes they have to rebrand. And I'm here to tell you folks, that's exactly what I see is happening. You have to now make strategic business decisions. They rebranded into MetaPath, folks. And we wanted to see why that was important. I showed you. Sometimes a company has to make strategic decisions to rebrand, because by rebranding, it can reach international markets. You can, if the company is going through a merger, there's a lot of advantages. And at that time, SWFTCoin had no choice but to rebrand, but they also were rebranding for the bigger picture with MetaPath, the NFT market, and also the AI market. And we saw why they need to do that, because President Biden, even in 2023, gave an executive order. And if you were innovating in artificial intelligence, MetaPath is, and SWFTCoin is one and the same, then that would get you the EB5 investment for the visas and also loans and other finances. It was a key element to getting money and funds to expand this company. Now, as we know, TI Park, what was it? Innovation between China and California. What we know is that this GooCoin was two companies, and we knew that John Shin now is a member and founder with SWFTCoin, just like Rambo Land, which was reported in the white paper, and we saw several connections. We know that the CEO, John Shin, is over American Lending Center. We know that his expertise includes venture capital management. And we know this, he's great at this. He wrote the book about innovating and his experiences crossing the swamp, as he called it, and innovating into businesses with small business loans. Now, we know his connection with SB5 Investor, and we know that that was connected to the Department of Homeland Security, because there's a program for the EB5 Investor Program. And we know that's connected to artificial intelligence, because the president in November 20th, 2023 said they will fund, and we need people from across the seas to come here to help us innovate using their talents in artificial intelligence, and they will be giving special privileges with this program. And we know that he is at the World Trade Center, which is foreign direct investment capital of California, and its connection to China. We know that he's going to be going with the ALC. January he went in Newport Beach, California, and they talked about building businesses in California at this location. We know that they're going to pitch in March, and they did that. And the ALC pitched in March. That was done as well. We know that that was in Taiwan. We know that in May 14th and 15th, 2024, Shanghai, China is on the list. And why they're on the list? Because they're trying to grow it. Because they're going again into Shenzhen in September 2024, which is the third and fourth quarter of 2024. And we know that they made an addition of the EB5 investors in Chinese because they're targeted there. Well, this also confirms it, folks. SWIFT put their site in Chinese in preparation for this as well. This is their advertisement in Chinese for their technology. Now, I showed you the connection that on April 14, 2023, that Christina Chen talked at the Metaverse Congress, talked about is the MetaPath and SWFTCoin connection. And she talked about artificial intelligence. And that's what I want to talk to you about now. Now, folks, we've been talking about artificial intelligence from the standpoint of it has a platform and big data, and that it helps to bring currencies. But they went further, Christina Chen, and they talked about something on the Swift blockchain that you need to pay attention to, folks. Chat GPT plugins with MetaPath. Well, why does that matter? SWFTCoin on June 19th reported in 2023 what they're going to be doing with their product and the tech updates. And this is what they reported. I'll put it in green right there for you to see, folks. Swift integrate GPT plugin in progress. That's artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, folks. And again, underneath that, SWFT collaborates with MetaPath and MPC Wallet. Folks, they try to tell us. They said it right there in their updates. They are in a collaboration with MetaPath because it's one and the same. They're using the technology for NFTs in the metaverse, folks. They are also connecting with ChatGPT. Now, they're not talking about ChatGPT. That's what we say in slang, kind of like we say Photoshop. They're talking about artificial intelligence, GPT. That's what they're talking about, folks. And that is what they were planning on doing. Well, let me show you why that's huge, folks. Because MetaPath is the leading, most efficient decentralized finance platform in the universe, popularly referred to as the infrastructure of the metaverse. MetaPath is the pioneer and the first cross-metaverse, cross-gamify, cross-chain, and multi-platform next level that connects the metaverse and NFT marketplaces. Public blockchains, decentralized exchanges, cross-chain bridges, and ultimate purpose of connecting the economic systems of different gamified platforms by linking virtual assets like NFTs in the virtual world to realize the interoperability of metaverses. The goal of MetaPath is to realize the interconnectivity of blockchain ecosystems where users can reliably swap or transfer any digital assets and get paid for every transaction. Folks, woo, are you ready, folks? You see, we got that connection with MetaPath, folks. You don't see now, then you're just blinded, folks. You have a connection, interoperability with the metaverse. This is still the conversation, and that everyone gets paid. Pay attention, that's going to be even more important. And the artificial intelligence feature that has in both SWFT Coin and also MetaPath, which the President of the United States, the Congress as well, everybody has been pushing programs that can bring this talent to USA as long as it brings jobs, and they have a way in. Now, this is what you need to know, though. The ChatGPT plugin for MetaPath, folks. Yes, I said it. MetaPath. This is what I see. SWFT Coin and MetaPath, they had a conversation on May 12, 2023. Discover the dynamic collaboration between SWFT blockchain and crypto and MetaPath. They tried to tell you, you just wasn't listening. MetaPath, what does it do, folks? It transfers tokens across all major blockchains, cross-chain NFT swaps, and buy gamify games. And the easiest way to access the metaverse is through MetaPath. Let me show you the more similarities. Look familiar? Check out the left, folks. You see with the check marks, SWFT Coin and the Bridgers, which I showed you in the previous videos. Both part of SWFT Coin is the #1 cross-chain swap listed on MetaPath's website, but you're still not convinced that SWFT blockchain's connection. Well, let me go further. The Bridgers decentralized cross-chain swap platform is owned by SWFT blockchain, and that is also, as you see the second green check mark there on the left-hand side, right by SWFT on MetaPath website. Yes, sir and ma'am, if you heard me, that is also part of the ecosystem. Now, what else we know? We know that MetaPath has 40 chains. Does that look familiar, folks? Seamless cross-chain swaps with 40 chains. In the middle of this circle, you see MetaPath logo. That's interesting, wouldn't you say? And if you look at this on MetaPath's website, what did we find? Well, on the right-hand side, I put it in green so you can see it. We got some hitters, folks. This is the connection you need to know. We have Axie Infinity. They have Mobox. They have Zoo. They have Crabata. What do we see? Pegaxie. Well, you know that one. Don't you know about Crypto Blades? Did you know about X World Games? What about Uniswap? OpenSea? PancakeSwap? Rarible? It was all told to you folks. And I told you first on the Underdog Research Channel that I'm going to blow your minds and melt your faces. MetaPath, SWFTCoin, and the connections to the metaverse and cryptocurrency, artificial intelligence. But I'm not done. We're just warming up. I've only been through one connection with John Shin and a partnership and collaboration that you didn't know about with MetaPath. I still have a lot of more photos we have to go over, folks. Are you ready to give up and quit on your future? I'm not. Let's get it. Let's get all of it. So we talked about this in my last video. Wall Street Journal, March 27th, 2023, HTX, we know that is Sun, and Justin Sun talked about this piece where he's trying to get into China and bridge back that gap. And how he's going to do that? Well, MetaPath, what a coincidence, folks. That's right. Exciting news announced by MetaPath on March 6th to crypto traders. It says the following: Tron, CCC's Tron. Now, what is CCC? Seamless cross-chain swap with CCC with over 500 cryptocurrencies. What is CCC? Well, this is what CCC is. It is coconut chicken, a meme coin that is produced by Justin Sun influence, which is on the Tron network, which is released through MetaPath. And guess what? It's available. And HTX, which holds SWFTCoin, that is also going to be connected to China focus, as you already knew about. And Justin Sun wants to bring the meme coin with the Tron network with coconut chicken, but it's offered through MetaPath. And this particular forum, December 23rd, 2023, it was announced, and here it is in Chinese even, folks. They're advertising this meme coin, coconut chicken, through MetaPath. Their connection right there with Justin Sun. And this is going right back into the red envelopes and packets, these meme coin NFTs. I want you to notice something, folks. Look at this, folks. Here's SWFTCoin. Do you notice the similarity between SWFTCoin's logo and all the 40 blockchains and MetaPath? I thought you would, but let's take a closer look at the MetaPath website so you can see exactly what I see. A quick look at MetaPath, we can see it claims it is the aggregator of metaverse. Now, as you can go through, you can see it has these major blockchains such as Polygon, Arbitrum. All these are connected with these NFTs, and it shows the top collection in the last 24 hours, and you can see lots of things going on, lots of popular projects, and it shows how much they are going up in value. This one is up as high as 283%. Now, here's the thing about it. There's a interesting piece that you got to pay attention to. You can go to the swap, and once you click swap, you can see here that you can swap for different tokens across different chains. You can do gamify swaps, NFT swaps, and currency swaps. And do you know who's responsible for all this work? It's SWFT token, and SWFT blockchains allow you to swap, aggregate, gamify in the metaverse, NFTs, and that is liquidity across the platform, all because of a collaboration. Find your path in the metaverse with MetaPath and SWFTCoin. We're heating up, folks. So as I showed you right there, MetaPath, the SWFT connection. Well, I want to go deeper, folks. Let me show you a side by side. You're still not convinced that there's a connection after they done told you, Christina Chin told you, after I done showed you. Well, let me even go a step further. Let you see it visually with your own eyes. Now let's take a look at MetaPath and SWFT blockchains websites side by side so you can see for yourself. Now, on the left-hand side of your screen, my left-hand side, you can see it says MetaPath in the top left corner. And then on the right-hand side, you can see it has the logo for Swift Blockchain. Right off the bat, you can see the similarities in not only the color structure, but the images, the going up and down, almost like the same person created this. I wonder who they have in common between them. Well, let's go ahead and keep going. Now, going down, you can see that it shows Swift right here as the cross-chain swap number 1 listed for MetaPath. And we can go down Swift on the right-hand side, and you can see, again, more similarities. The one-stop shop for Web3. It talks about the products of Swift. And again, the site set up exactly the same with this raising icons up and down, showing how it's connected. Now, here you see the exact same image that was used above. Instead of having MetaPath, you can see it has Swift, because this was created by the same CMO and the same people are behind this project. Swift and MetaPath. They are one and the same, and they're linked together. I told you folks, we're going to go deep in this project. I didn't show you the connection with John Shin. I didn't show you the connection with a project you didn't even know about called MetaPath, and it's part of Swift with Christina Chen and Ramalan. And now I need to go even further, folks. We're not done. I am just getting warmed up. You want to go in depth? Well, let's keep going. Notice this is MetaPath. And this is their advertisement of 40 plus chains. And notice this is Swift Coin. And this is their advertisement for 40 plus chains. What do you notice is the same? They're even using the same advertisements for their separate projects, folks. This project is so interconnected. And when I was looking at that, I thought it's time to make a deeper connection so we can start to connect the MetaPath. So when you say Swift, I want you to say MetaPath. From now on, when you say Swift, you need to say MetaPath as well. Don't leave it out like a redheaded stepchild. Let's say it together. MetaPath, folks, because you are connected. Now, this is what MetaPath is wanting to do in the future of blockchain technology. Oh, it gives you chills, don't it? It makes you want to go. It gives me chills, folks. MetaPath in 2021, it was founded in Silicon Valley. And how do we know that this is associated? Well, in May of 2021, I want you to read there on Twitter, formerly known as, now it's called X, Ramble Other Deed username, founder of the North America Blockchain Association, at Swift Coin, hashtag Coinbase listed, one-stop shop cross-chain list at MetaPath as well. On Swift Pro, Rambleland listed MetaPath as the founder on this Twitter page on May 2021. And then on May 12th, 2023, just so you know, Swift Blockchain makes an announcement. It's citing Twitter space on May 12th, 1 p.m. It says, join us, delve deep into the world of blockchain with MetaPath. Discover the dynamic collaboration between Swift Blockchain and crypto and MetaPath. Well, you still want more? Well, here's it closer. On July 24th of 2022, right off the same Twitter page, Ramble, the other deed at Ramble DeFi 1 says San Francisco Bay, Swift Pro, Coinbase, and you can see it right there, the founder, one-stop cross-chain for MetaPath. We have a connection, folks. Ramble Land, the chief executive officer, is also directly associated with MetaPath, Swift Blockchain, as well as what Christina Chen told us that she was, MetaPath and Swift Blockchain's CMO. They are one and the same. And this is where it gets good, folks. ChatGPT, folks, remember, they were formed in 2021. So I wonder why that would be when the launch of ChatGPT. Well, 2022, everyone knew about ChatGPT. 2023, ChatGPT started offering their connectivity with other programs, such as the APIs. Well, who is this? Oh, that's right. Tim Draper. 2 billion USD is his net worth. Now, Tim Draper may have known that artificial intelligence was the key to the future back in 2017 when he gave that initial investment. And since he's in the business world, there's something you need to know. Did you know that MetaPath, did you see Christina Chen and Ramble Land, who are associated with it, received on March 1st, 2022, MetaPath raised an undisclosed amount of seed money from Shima Capital. Who is Shima Capital? Well, I think you should know that Shima Capital's website lists MetaPath, folks, as an investment. And remember Christina Chen, who spoke on the future of young pioneers in the age of metaverse? I showed you that, right? Well, interesting, Swift stated then June 19th that they're going to do an integration with ChatGPT plugin. And Swift collaborates with, there it goes again at the bottom in green, I got a check mark, folks, MetaPath, and that was 2023, but they received an investment, as we saw, in 2021 and 2022. So if they received an investment in 2022, I wonder what that means. Well, I think it means this. On July 9th of 2023, we see an article called 8 Best ChatGPT Plugins for Crypto Research. And guess what was listed, folks? You guessed it right there. MetaPath was mentioned in this article. It says that what are the current top 5 NFT collections ranked by volume? Which NFTs in the last 7 days saw a dramatic increased price floor? What are the trends? Well, MetaPath would tell you all that, folks. And this is why it's important, folks. We have to look at it, the NFT and the crypto space. This week with Web3, we got to remember that on November 20th, 2023, the President of the United States talked about us as a nation in the United States getting this talent in artificial intelligence, and they would give back visas to individuals in this space, which brings us to the Billionaire Blueprint. The Billionaire Blueprint, I'm about to bring you through more connection, folks. I done brought you all the way through MetaPath, but you still want more. I done brought you all that you need to know about John Shin, but I brought you also to Shima Capital. And let me show you why you need to know the faces of this organization in the Billionaire Blueprint for Swift Coin. We have Yida Gao, who is over Shima Capital. Shima Capital, the crypto venture capital funded by Yia Gale, has made nearly 200 startup investments since 2021. Now, Yia Gale is a partner in New York City with a big companies, and he created this venture capital investment company. Now, what we find out is that Yia Gale, the founder of Shima Capital, is investing in Web3 and has invested in over 150 companies since 2021. Now, do you see right there? It says Yia founded Yima Capital and raised $200 million, receiving support from notable investors, including Dragonfly Capital, Animoca Brands, Bill Ackman Republic, and many others. Shima is one of the most prolific investors in Web3 and has invested in over 150 companies. Well, that's interesting, because we know that Shima Capital invested in MetaPath, one of those 150 companies in 2021. And we know that MetaPath is the leading platform in metaverse and NFTs, and SWFTCoin is the leading companies in cross-border transactions. So we see this connection that MetaPath, being in Silicon Valley in 2021, receives their investment. And we have it right there. It was reported in the company profile that the company MetaPath received, at the bottom, I put it in green, venture capital backed funding. And this was done in 2021. And again, who was the venture capital funding from? It was funded from Shima Capital. Now, Shima Capital debuts with $200 million to support Web3 founders through crypto bear market. In an article on August 17, 2022, we found out a global venture firm that invests in early stage blockchain companies across all market cycles today announced that it has launched a debut fund, Shima Capital Fund, or the fund, and has collectively raised $200 million. The fund received significant support from notable investors, including Dragonfly Capital, Bill Ackman, Animico, OKX, Miriam Ventures, and Andrew Yang, and many others. By providing hands-on oversight to help maximize each company's value, Shima Inaugural Fund aims to consistently deploy capital when founders need it. Mission is to help daring teams build and scale their companies. Now, on August 17th, 2022, I'm going to tell you exactly how much money that MetaPath received. It was undisclosed, but it came to us through additional research that I found only on here on the Underdog Research Channel. This is what I found out. Shima Capital invests early round blockchain startups. It was announced that the checks that were given to companies they invested in were between, I put it in green, folks, $500,000 to $2 million. And areas of focus include, but are not limited to, consumers, decentralized identity, social media content ownership, gaming, metaverse, and payment and settlements. I'll put it in blue, folks. As crypto-focused venture capitalists continue to raise massive billion-dollar-plus funds. I'll put a green star, you can see it. We have identified a pocket opportunity to support Web3 founders. Folks, MetaPath, Swift Blockchain, through this partnership and collaboration with Christina Shin, Shima Capital, John Shin at the head of this stuff too, folks, all of it connected. We know that they received a $500,000 to a $2 million check in 2021 to grow that MetaPath connection, folks. Folks, this is what I'm talking about. And it told us who were the billionaire investors, folks. See, in the article, it stated that Shima Capital, which began investing in early 2021, right when MetaPath was funded by them in 2021, was backed close to 200 startups, consistently ranking among the sector's most active venture funds. In August, they announced they raised $200 million. And backers include billionaires. That's B, folks. Bill Ackman, Alan Howard, former presidential candidate Andrew Yang, and industry heavyweights like Amoco Brands and Dragonfly Capital. Bill Ackman. What is he worth, folks? $4.3 billion invested in MetaPath through Shima Capital, which is an investment in SWFT Coin. One thing that Bill said I thought was interesting on his Twitter, he says Bitcoin price rise leads to increased mining and greater energy use, driving up cost of energy, causing inflation to rise and the dollar to decline, driving demand of Bitcoin. Bitcoin goes to infinity, energy prices skyrocket, and the economy collapses. Maybe I should buy more Bitcoin. A funny guy, right? Then we see Alan Howard. Oh, you need to pay attention to Alan Howard, folks. You need to pay attention to Alan Howard, folks. You need to pay attention to Alan Howard, folks. Let me tell you why you need to pay attention to Alan Howard, a billionaire investor worth $3.9 billion. Well, billionaire hedge fund trader Alan Howard profits in the market turmoil. This man's so smart that he was able to benefit when everything else crashed. And this was an article written in 2018. Now, just so you know, he's extravagant. He's a British billionaire, Alan Howard, had Lady Gaga perform at his wedding with $12 million ceremony at Lake Como. He also splurges on NFTs, crypto, and Monet artworks. Now, folks, the hedge fund manager is said to have accumulated billions of dollars during the 2008 financial crisis, as he was able to predict interest rate and currency moves, and likewise made more profit on brevet vote by accurately tracking voter sentiment. Howard, via an exclusive with digital assets websites, The Block, has talked about the extensive engagement in cryptocurrency scene, wherein stresses the importance of being in the arena to fully understand the going-ons of cryptocurrency world. Per the interview, Howard's operations include spanning public and private market investing, equity in tokens, centralized, decentralized ecosystems, and even, albeit in a personal capacity, non-fungible tokens, NFTs, and generative artwork. Folks, Alan Howard is all about his business. I don't know about you, but I'm following people who are billionaires who know how to make money when the crypto and the economy is crashing. He knows how to make money. Well, we're still not done. Who else are backers in Shima Capital? Well, they said Andrew Yang. Media outlets have provided several estimates of Yang's net worth as mid 1 million, according to Forbes, between 834 to 2.4 million, according to the Wall Street Journal, and between 3 million to 4 million, according to Newsweek. In 2020, Open Secrets estimated it being 584,000. Now, Andrew Yang might look familiar to you. He made a book called The War on Normal People. And in 2020, he made this on June 22nd called The David Dividend Project is a new program, and the data as property rights under privacy laws in California. See, Andrew Yang is fighting for people to have their digital identity, just like Christina Chen said, just like the MetaPath is doing. This is what he wants to have done in the United States, starting with California. Now, the Consumer Privacy Act, CCPA, all across the country is what he wants to push. He wants to pave the way for a future in which all Americans can claim their data as property right and receive payment if they choose to share their data with platforms. Exactly what MetaPath said on their website. Exactly what Christina Chen said. What about this gentleman, Johannes Rowitz? Now, Johannes was also a backer mentioned on Shima Capital. And he works for Dragonfly Financial as the CEO, a self-proclaimed famous tech billionaire from South Africa. Dragonfly Financial. provides digital banking solutions for banks in the United States. They offer technology platforms for banks where their corporate and business customers can sign on and do all their corporate payments, cash payments, and reconciliation in a manner that backs directly into their accounting form. Now, their target market is larger regional banks looking to compete with big players in the U.S. ecosystem. And that is also a backer of MetaPath and SWIFT. Now, Dragonfly, as you can see on his LinkedIn, he is the Chief Executive Officer of Dragonfly Financial Technologies. But we're still not done. There was more investors on Shima Capital. Now, if you look, this is Yatsu. Now, Yatsu is estimated around 100 million this year alone. He's the executive chairman and co-founder of Animoco Brands, made most of his wealth due to his early focus on NFTs, folks. Come on now. He is famous as one of the major crusaders of the global adoption of decentralized internet. His efforts toward growth in Web3 earned him net worth of $100 million. Folks, are you seeing the connection with MetaPath, with Shima Capital, with SWFT Coin? All direct investments, and what they want is exactly what the platforms does. Animoco Brands is here, and Shima's strong focus on supporting founders and willingness to bash through walls for their sake resonates well with Animoco Brands. And he said, as a co-founder, it's a great honor to partner with Shima Capital, especially given the fund's high conviction to global proliferation of digital property rights and open metaverse. So here again, Andrew Yang, also with Yatsu, everyone is talking about your digital property rights and being paid, folks, for those NFTs in the metaverse. And it goes through, and you see what Animoco Brands is all about. Check out that second checkmark Singapore connection, folks, with Web3 Entertainment. They got the metaverse, the Mocaverse, partners with Korean, which I told you about, Korean players that expand their presence. Entertainment. Folks, there is so much here, but I'm not going to cover it all today. I just want you to see the connection, folks. Now, let me show you an estimate of how much money is being spent into this by these companies. Coinbase in the U.S. invested in over 119 venture capital projects. Animoco Brands, 118. Shima Capital, 88. And you can see the ones at the bottom you might recognize: Polychain, Dragonfly, Spartan, Multi-chain. There are investors, but almost double was invested by Coinbase and Animoco Brands and Shima Capital. Shima Capital and Animoco Brands. It came out. There's a connection, and I found this connection by searching through the patent. And I want you to remember what I showed you in that video of patents about the Singapore connection with SWFT Coin Foundation at 3 Fraser Street Duo Tower with Bolang. And I showed you that that company that was for SWFT Coin, that was for their trademark, was located and registered in Singapore. I took you on a journey through the building, but this I don't think you knew. September 25th, 2023, an article entitled MetaPath, All of the Metaverse in One Place. Interesting, right? Now, what did they say? It says this week in Web3 and NFTs. Notice they talked about that in 2 separate ways. Web3 and NFTs, an article about MetaPath. Let's read this introduction. In a rapidly evolving digital landscape, the past week has been nothing short of exhilarating from both NFT and cryptocurrency sectors. Again, they're breaking it down in 2 separate sectors. That's important From record-breaking sales to iconic NFTs to groundbreaking advancements in blockchain technology, the industry continues to push boundaries and set new standards. As we dive into the week's highlights, we'll uncover the major moves that are not only shaping the market, but also hinting at the limitless potential of decentralized world. So what did they bring up, MetaPath? Well, let's see here. I'm going to skip to a few interesting points. Number 4 that they brought up. China's trademark office has given a green light to several marks related to NFTs and metaverse goods and services. This move signifies China's recognition of the growing importance of virtual assets. China, NFTs, and trademarks. Why does that matter? Well, let's just go ahead and skip down. Now, I'm going to skip over Citigroups, which you really should read, but there's Walmart. Let's see what they said about Walmart. Walmart, folks. Walmart is venturing into the metaverse, merging physical shopping experiences with virtual engagements. The retail giant aims to redefine the shopping experience in the digital age. Now, that's 2023 September. Well, let's see what they say about Anmico Brands and Honda's NFT strategy. Well, it says, whoa, Anmico Brands in Japan, and Honda have collaborated to integrate NFTs in the 2023 fiscal year 1 events. This strategy aims to enhance the fan engagement and offer unique experiences. Now, I'm going to stop right there, because this is about MetaPath and what they were saying on September 25th of 2023, and pay attention to those brands. Let's talk about this. Told you we're going to heat it up. You thought this is going to be a regular video. I showed you I was going to go through connections, and I'm still not done. Oh, it's a marathon, folks. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon about SWFT Coin and blockchain, MetaPath, John Shin. I done showed you Shima Capital. I done went through Allen. I done went through Bill. I keep going and throwing these concepts, these connections, and you see it. Direct connections, but I'm still not done, folks. To remember earlier, I told you about Alan Howard, and I said that you need to pay attention. Okay, taking a look at this a little bit closely. A push for decentralization. Puffer Finance raises $5.5 million to redefine liquid Ethereum staking. Now, this was an article that was done on August 8th, 2023. And let's see exactly who their investors are. Well, right off the bat, can you see that? There's Ramble, the founder of North America Blockchain Association. The same Ramble Land that is the CEO of SWFT Coin and the founder of North America Block Association. And we're not done. Breven Howard Digital, the same hedge fund CEO billionaire, is invested in Puffer, but it must be lightning striking 3 times and a coincidence, because here we have Animoca Ventures as well. Now, I'm not even going to go in the other ones. I'm just going to pick out the 3 that I had already told you about. We got Breven Howard, Animoca Ventures, and we got SWFT Coin CEO, who was an angel investor also in this project. But you don't have to believe me. Let's take a closer look. Announcing our 5.5 million seed round. And now let's see who those investors were. Well, here we go. As we look at the investors, it starts to talk about who they were. And it talks about who provided finances. And here we have it here. We can see that we got Breven Howard Digital, Bankless Ventures, Animoca Ventures, and we can look down and see a little bit more about the full list. And on that full list, you can see the names going across right there. But I want to show you exactly right here. Ramble founder of North American Blockchain. Now, if I click on Ramble and I went to look, just make sure, who does it bring up? I wonder whom will come up. Well, look at that. Ramble, Other Deed, SWFTCoin, Coinbase, and MetaPath. And what's the first pinned post on their page? Nothing other than July 24th, 2022, where Ramble stated, the CEO of SWFTCoin is now live on Coinbase, a 5-year grind. Yes, another connection. Shima Capital had Alan Howard on it, and Shima Capital invested in MetaPath in 2021, and Alan Howard, the billionaire who had Lady Gaga at his wedding, and a $12 million wedding to add to that, folks, was a part of that first connection, the first one with MetaPath. But folks, what did I just show you right now? There's a second connection. Brevin Howard Digital, owned by Alan Howard, they announced on August 8th, 2023, a push for decentralization, an investment into Puffer Finance that raised $5.5 million. And who all were on this investment for Puffer Finance? Do you know what Puffer Finance even is? I'm going to tell you. But who was on it? Look to your left. The same people. Brevin Howard, billionaire. We got Yatsu and Melco Ventures, billionaire. And we got Ramble Land, SWFTCoin, folks. There is your connection. But I want you to notice, not only are they seen on the MetaPath with the Shima Capital connection, those first two billionaires, but now we see SWFTCoin. This is a connection between SWFTCoin specifically and these two billionaires, not to include the MetaPath connection through Shima Capital and SWFTCoin. I want you to look underneath August 8th, 2023. Now look down. Look to the right and see the two stars in green. Notice it says Token Pocket and Egen Layer. Now there's a lot of good connections here, but I think you need to understand that there's more to this story. Why is this important? Well, I've heard this before. And where did we hear this Token Pocket connection before? Well, we heard it from Shook Focus Digital. Folks in the Underdog Research Channel, I told you to go listen to Shook Focus Digital. I suggested you listen to Black Rue Investing. I told you to check out The Third Eye with Indigo Saint. And I all did videos and covered SWFTCoin. But what did Shook Focus Digital say? This is what Shook said about Token Pocket.
Back to another episode of Shook Focus. And in this one, we're going to be taking a look at SWFTCoin. What is SWFTCoin? It's becoming more and more popular. We got Black Rue and Underdog Crypto going in on this project. Why is it all of a sudden starting to gain traction? And why is it bubbling? Why are people taking a deeper look at this project? I think it's time that Shooks took a peek at this project too. They've also integrated their app with the Elipal wallet, the Math wallet, Token Pocket, and other hardware wallets and mobile apps, mobile wallets.
You heard it right there. You didn't miss it. Let me show it again for the people in the back. Token Pocket was mentioned by Shook Focus Digital. And I'm mentioning that this was also seen as an investor in this Puffer Finance. And I'm mentioning the thing called Egen Layer. Now, why is that important? Now, Egen Layer, this protocol was also investors saw with Ramble Land, with Alan Howard, and from Emelco Brands, billionaire. Now, why did they invest? Well, we see here that there's off of the Puffer Finance website to the left, I put a star and an arrow. Angel investor Rambo Land of SWFTCoin. Puffer Finance raised $5.5 million. And if you look, that was stated on March 8, 2023. Now, Braven Howard, I put an arrow on the right-hand side and a star, and I put their name big in green so you can see it. The billionaire also invested. Remember Rambo Land? You've seen this before. North American Blockchain Association, Beijing, China, founder and chairman of SWFTCoin, and also the North American Blockchain Association. Remember, they are an angel investor for Puffer Finance. So who is and what is Puffer Finance that got this $5.5 million that keeps showing up with the billionaires and with SWFTCoin and MetaPath? Well, on August 9th, 2023, this was announced from Puffer. Commenting on the announcement, the rapid advancements in infrastructure and user experience have primed Ethereum for mass adoption. As this era ushers in a new centralization pressures, preserving Ethereum's core values becomes increasingly essential. We hope that Puffer Protocol will create a pocket within the validator set where decentralization can thrive. By lowering barriers to entry, anyone can run a Puffer node from their home to operate Web3 infrastructure and play a pivotal role in shaping the Web3, and that is resilient and censorship resistant. We want to express our utmost gratitude to our investors for their trust, support, and partnership. Together and with our community, we will build a flourishing ecosystem true to the values that made Ethereum so special. So looking into this, we see Puffer Finance has a website. Well, I took a look at that website, and they have a total locked value of, you're reading it right, folks, $1,364,496,355.61 locked in this Puffer. And right there at the bottom, can you see it? I'll put a check mark for you. That's 367.43 thousand Ethereum. And Egen Layer has 302.76 million. So Egen Layer is the infrastructure for Puffer, which is discussing Ethereum. And what it is doing? Well, Puffer is a transformative in Ethereum staking. Ethereum staking has faced challenges with centralization due to factors such as low profit margins and substantial capital requirement of 32 Ethereum. Puffer aims to revolutionize this domain by offering a more permissionless and credibly neutral approach with the cutting edge technology, which includes 1. Native restaking, increasing rewards, opportunities, and hardware efficiency through Ethereum point of sale and Egen Layer restaking, and anti-slasher protection, implementing safeguards against slashing penalties, increasing capital efficiency. There you have it. We have went through all of these connections and have learned a lot. We learned about the Puffer Finance connection. We learned about that with Braven Howard's connection, a billionaire, with Emoco Brands, billionaire, with SWFTCoin, Rambo Lane investment in the same Puffer Finance. We learned about Shima Capital, Dragonfly billionaire, Emoco Brands billionaire, Alan Howard. We learned about Bill Ackman, all these billionaires. Andrew Yang invested. Andrew Yang wanting people to get paid for their digital assets and identity. The same focus that Emoco Brands stated in theirs. We learned about MetaPath being the only person in that space doing that thing that they said they would do with artificial intelligence And Christina Chin stating in her last speech about that on stage, about the connection between, separate them folks, NFTs, metaverse, and cryptocurrency decentralization and being paid for this piece. We learned that it was a collaboration that came in 2021. We learned that MetaPath and John Shin and SWFTCoin and Ramble Lane all were connected through the EB5 Investors Program. We learned that John Shin was central, a key member of the foundation of SWFTCoin, both in the white paper and also with the earlier blog on Bitcoin Talk. And what else we learned? Yida Gao, the CEO of Shima Capital, raised $200 million in the earliest investment in 2021. The founding of MetaPath in 2021 were by these individuals. And we saw their direct connection. And now we saw exactly what the $1 billion plan was all about. Ramble Land, Christina Chin, with the help of their backers, have formed two companies, folks. These two companies are MetaPath, SWFTCoin, backed by billionaires with a goal. They're connected internationally. We know that the end of the fourth quarter of 2024, moving into 2025, that they're making connections. They're doing expos through the EB5 program with ALC, the American Lending Center, to promote the companies and technologies. We know that the President of the United States, even in 2023, November, stated that they will do benefits for companies that innovate in AI specifically. And SWFTCoin and MetaPath and these investors knew it too. You see, they were in the right place, the right time, and they had the right backing to be the fundamental, as they stated in their articles, the foundational blueprint for all companies to follow. And they're the first in the space. Now, folks, I don't know about you, but I know this. This looks like a move that will be big as we move into 2024, fourth quarter, and 2025. The Billionaire Blueprint of SWFTCoin has been revealed. Folks, this was the most in-depth, the most direct, the most extraordinary research, entertainment you can receive only on the Underdog Research Channel. Check the link in the description of this video so you can get the time codes through all of this and navigate, look through it bit by bit, part by part. Check my research, folks. I gave you information that no one else has talked about. I'm not talking about price action of today. I'm talking about a phenomenal potential of tomorrow. Do you want to be a part of it? Do you want to listen to the billionaires who see something that you don't see? Or do you want to still guess? Win Lambo, win Moon. I don't know about you folks, but I know that I'm going to go with individuals such as Alan Howard, who made billions of dollars when the market was crashing. Bill Ackman, hedge fund billionaire. Tim Draper, billionaire. Yale Gao, Yatsu, Andrew Yang, Jonas Broas, billionaires. apparently they see something in MetaPath and SWFTCoin that others don't see yet, but they will. I hope you enjoyed this most enjoyable research project I've ever done before, and I hope you share it with everyone. Take your time to go through it and find out how this project just may be one of the greatest moves you've ever seen that no one talked about. Well, that's all I have, folks. I hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, this has been the Underdog Research Channel. Thank you for watching.